Bitcoin will jump to $100,000 and then turn around and you liquidate your whole portfolio. There we go below $90,000. Retail investors coming back into the market right now. I have proof and will exactly show you what that means for us and if that big pullback is still coming or not. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here once again. I have to thank you first before we do anything else. Yesterday, you broke YouTube for me, guys. The live stream was the best live stream that I ever had in terms of people that were there during the live stream and the total views on the live stream. Absolutely insane. Thank you so much for that. You cannot imagine how much that means to me, you know, because you know already, I don't do this because of the money. I do this because I really love what I do. And when I see something like this, that gives me even more motivation to bring you even more alpha. So if you want more of that, motivate me even more, then again, obliterate the like button, destroy the like button. The more you like the video, the more people see the video and the more I like to keep doing this. And it doesn't cost you anything, you know, just one click, you know, here, click, click. And it's done. So let's jump into the charts because I know you guys are going crazy right now in my Telegram group and everywhere else and say, Alex, you said we're pulling back. It's not happening. We're going up. Market psychology, guys. I'm going to explain it to you here in a moment after we are done with the CME chart. So here on the Bitcoin CME chart, we have created the CME gap that I spoke yesterday about. And you see the first candle opened at $98,500 here, the red one. And from there, we are working slowly our way up now into the CME gap. I almost said I want to guarantee, but I don't want to guarantee. But I can tell you that I'm pretty certain that in the next 24 hours, we're closing the CME gap. Bitcoin will jump to $100,000 and then turn around. The problem with that, a little problem with that, is that many altcoins will rally at the same time, and this is a massive trap, guys, because you will think that you are missing out. You jump in the wrong moment and you liquidate your whole portfolio. I'm gonna explain it to you a little bit more in detail when we get to the altcoins here later on. So now let me tell you what's happening here on the Bitcoin chart. So here on the 12-hourly chart, you see that Bitcoin pulled back here over the day a little bit, all the way down to $95,700. This is not the level that we need to watch on the 12-hourly chart for a massive move to the downside. It is the beginning. That's why we bounce from there. But here, this is the level, $94,800. In between here, we can every single time bounce back to the upside. Break $94,800 and we should get a wick at least to 92,000, potentially a little bit lower. I still believe when Bitcoin comes down, as I mentioned yesterday on the live stream, that we go below $90,000 to $89,000, $87,000. That is the range that I'm looking at, also on the 12-hourly chart, for the simple reason that this is the mid-range of the EMA ribbon, and we usually retest this at some point, then we get our continuation to the upside. But also don't forget that we are breaking at the same time the upward sloping trend line, and that price action in this high price range currently starts to slow down. So you see here how fast we move up here from $90,000 to $99,000. So this was really quick here over a couple of days. Now you see here we are slowing down, starting to go sideways down a little bit. We are potentially getting here this last push to the upside, like I just said, but then it will come down, guys. It will come down. I'm going to show you something that a lot of people are not looking at right now here on the 1-hourly chart. This is this rising wedge that we are forming after we broke the rounding top. So some people would argue now that after we broke back above the $97,300 level, oh, Alex, you were so wrong, you were so wrong. No, this is also a cup and handle pattern. So if I would invert the chart, you would see it that this is also a cup and handle pattern. They can also work in a bearish way. If you measure it, so here's your handle. When we break the handle down, this brings us here on the 1-hourly chart already to $95,600. This is currently the target, but it depends on where we break down. You know, so if we break from all the way up here down, it's 96,000. If we break from here down, it's 96,600, and so on and so on. It depends where we are falling out of that rising wedge pattern, which is at the same time the handle of this inverted cup and handle pattern. This is definitely still in play here. Again, once we get to $95,600, $700, we could get a bounce from there and come one more time back up to get another bearish retest, which will be a lower high, and then we get the proper pullback if it's not happening immediately after we reaching $100,000. MDX algo gradients, here you see also we came down, we cooled the price action down. We are currently slightly above the weekly open and the daily open, as you can see here with the DOWO. If we lose this level here at $98,000, then most likely you're also going to see another quick move into the golden ratio here, all the way down to that support level. If it doesn't hold, then from there the acceleration will most likely already start to the downside. But right now, I have to admit, it looks like that we go first up to 102,000, maybe here to the 2.2782 level, and then that major move is coming. And I have told this many times that this is one of the scenarios that we need to look at. The CME chart will be the precursor for this. So if you see here on the 4-hourly chart, a 4-hourly candle being here around $99,000, I think it's almost sealed that spot will then follow and that we come and touch at least close to $100,000. We will create a new all-time high, maybe $99,950 or something like this, but we will come up higher than the previous all-time high on spot and on CME potentially also. But that CME gap here, it will be closed, guys. It will be closed. And that's something that we definitely know for sure. When I go here then to ZoomX, here I still have a Solana trade running, but as you know, I'm prepared with my limit orders for catching the move to the downside wherever it's going to stop. So most likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the order at $82,000 and place that into the order at 89. That's most likely what I'm going to do with that specific buy order here in the not so distant future. If you want to trade with me on ZoomX, guys, don't forget what I'm going to do, guys. Don't forget what I'm going to do. I will trade from this week Friday, sorry, it's already a new week. This week Friday, that's when we're going to start. I will trade $555 with you guys together into $10,000 in this crypto trading competition here on ZoomX. So you see here, traders competition, and it starts next week Friday. So you have until Friday time to sign up here. If you sign up, you get already $5 just for signing up to the competition. And if you deposit $500, you get the other $50. Hence, you have $555 that you can trade with. And let me try to show you that I have already $555 deposited, and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting, guys, for Friday, and then we get started. So on Friday, that's what we're going to do. In the period of the trading competition here until the 19th of December, $10,000, guys. That's the goal. If you want to be part of it, there is a link in the description and a pin comment below. And at the same time, let's get here participants up to at least 200, guys. At least 200, so let's do that. But amazing for like, I think 3 days that we are talking about this, 108. I'm really proud of you guys, but let's get to 200. And then we will get the $10,000 prize pool, plus that I will help you to make $10,000. All trades will be public. Everybody has the same chance. Let's do this, guys. On the leverage side, with the liquidation levels, we have high leverage liquidity sitting again above us. A lot of people trying to short the $100,000 level currently, which makes it more likely that we actually touch it before we see that big wick to the downside. That's just market psychology. If you are as long as me in the market, you know how markets react to certain things based on human psychology. And it makes a lot of sense when a lot of people try to short one level that the market makers pulls an Uno reverse, and said, haha, so I got you, and then sends it to the downside after everybody got liquidated. That has opened short positions up here. Underlying long liquidity is coming in from 96,400 to 95,500, and then below here at 93,600 all the way down to 93,300. But again, I reckon that we will come down into this block over here, and anywhere in between, that's from where we're going to bounce back to the upside. So you should be aware that at that point in time, the EMA ribbon will be broken, because if price comes down like this, the EMA ribbon will follow. but this will be only short-lived, so price action will turn around, do something like this, goes up again, EMA ribbon will then twist here at this point again, more or less, so and then you get the continuation to the upside. So this is what I'm seeing here with the, in terms of the liquidation levels. So on the liquidation heat map, also here you see a high concentration around the around the $100,000 level. $180 million worth of liquidity is sitting there right now because every idiot tries to short and thinks that the big move to the downside is happening any moment and that they will not get liquidated. So if they have the liquidation level at $100,000 or a little bit higher, a little bit lower, even though there is undeniably a lot of liquidity sitting below us. And again, I believe that this year, what we have built up over the last 7 days will completely be eradicated and be taken out. So to the upside, we go here to $100,000, take that, then it sends down and takes everything out here, everything to the downside. So I don't know how much liquidity this is in total, but if I had to make a guess, I would say that this is $800 million or something like this, just by scrolling through here a little bit. There's so much liquidity. Yeah, it looks like $800 million. $800 million against, what do we have here? 800 million against 500. So there you see already where market makers will be attracted to price-wise, drive it downwards to make money. On the weekly chart, however, we are not looking that bad. We got an amazing weekly close, and when it comes to the weekly levels, but here again, another warning sign, guys. Another warning sign on the weekly. Remember what I told you with altcoins? I told you when we break the 1.618 Fibonacci level, the next level is the 2.618 as a target. But if we come down, the 1.618 level, that golden ratio here will act as support, or should act as support, where we then open new positions and get continuation to the upside. So now you see price here again should usually come down into that area here, and from there then move into the 2.618 level at $114,000 approximately. This weekly candle currently is a doji candle, and it can go two ways. It's a topping candle. We don't know yet. We need next week's candle to confirm if we would stay over this week the way that we are with that candle, because next week either we could get a big candle to the downside, and that would be then a reversal pattern, a topping indication, or we get one more continuation candle to the upside before we then get a candle to whatever level, So, but right now it looks like, from the feeling that I have, that next week will be potentially a red week, So if it's not already this week, it can also happen that we just retrace the whole candle here from last week to the downside here in the current candle, and then next week we get another pump candle to the upside. So I don't want to speculate here too much, so because the weekly chart, there's so many different ways how this can go currently, but the main thing here is the 1.618 level, so this should hold support between $86,000 and $89,000. This is the big area where I try to catch as many orders as possible on Bitcoin. So, and once Bitcoin is done here, then altcoins will start running, guys. Altcoins will start popping because Bitcoin will then do something like this, So, and in that time, altcoins going to fly, and this is what we want. We want altcoins starting to fly here, while retail is slowly waking up to that bull run here and is coming to the party slowly and wants their piece of it. So, and if you want your piece of a $500 free airdrop position that is running out actually in 23 days, so you have only 23 days to take advantage of that, then use the link in the description below to sign up on Bybit and only deposit $100 to claim your free $500 airdrop position on any of these coins, guys. And many of these coins will be discussed here again during the video. You will get entries, you will get exits, so you can immediately go and start trading. The only thing that you need to do is sign up, deposit $100, claim the airdrop voucher, use the voucher, and all the profits belong to you, guys. All the profits belong to you. And don't forget, I am a master in rolling small amounts into bigger amounts. I have proven it many, many times here on this channel right now over the last month how I took many times 100, 200, $500 accounts into $1,000, $2,000, even $3,000. So make use of that. And if you keep watching, you're going to make money. I guarantee it. Here on Bybit, I have now closed all my trades besides this mental trade. And this one I actually going to let it run, guys. And let me explain you why. My liquidation price is at 60 cents. We are almost 40% away. We are 40% away. We are 40% away from my liquidation price. Do you think, honestly, Mantle will come down 40% in that big drop of Bitcoin? I don't think so. But just in case we do, I have an open order here to catch a new order just above the liquidation price. So, and then my liquidation price will be 40 cents or something. So we're not gonna pull back like 60%. No, it's not gonna happen. A 60% move here on Mantle to liquidate me completely out of that position. You know, so that's why I've set this up. I will admit I was trading earlier here on Bybit and had an arbitrage position. I did not share it with you guys in my Telegram group because I thought it was a little bit risky. You know, because I saw Ethereum a little bit moving, and I knew if Ethereum moves, Arbitrum moves. That's why I opened a position. I made here really quick $4,400 on this trade, but I had also a lot of money in this trade, guys. I used only 3x leverage, you know, so I had like almost $50,000 in this trade. So I took 10% profit, you know, so and that's when I ran, you know. So you see here 10%. That's what I took, and then I ran with the money. So, but retail is coming back, guys. Retail is back. Look at Google Trends, guys. Worldwide, the interest for altcoins is almost at the all-time high. So we're here at 81%. The last time that we were at levels close to this was here in, what was this? Let me get here to the peak. Here, in May 2021. So three and a half years ago was the last time that we were anywhere close to 81%. That shows you clearly that retail is right now pushing back into the market. And also on the altcoin season index, you see that we are slowly heating up the pace where we are starting to run. And the real altcoin season, the real altcoin season, where you see massive expansion in the market, will start at 75% here. We are halfway through that. We are at 47 from 25. So if we move now the same way to the upside over the next couple of weeks, then most likely by January, we are going to hit the altcoin season territory, in my opinion. Now, the Bitcoin dominance is breaking further down. That's why altcoins were performing today quite well. But I will tell you, I expect when Bitcoin is coming to the $100,000 level and afterwards gets the drop, that the dominance will first go up, as I have drawn it in here, then touches the top here at 61% approximately when we touch $100,000, and then turns around when everything drops, you know, Bitcoin, everything drops. Then we come a little bit up again because Bitcoin will bounce again a little bit. Then Bitcoin starts to go sideways, and we break below the rising wedge. So this is the path that I believe the dominance is going. Let's see how this is going to work out, but this is what I have in my mind right now in terms of the Bitcoin dominance. So the altcoins in that process, they are going to get rinsed, guys. You know, so but at the same time, it will give us amazing buy opportunities that I'm going to show you here just in a second, that we maybe never get again in this bull market. So you really need to pay attention to this. So the total free market cap at the same time will pump here to $983 billion, then will fall below $926 billion, will one time peak its head over it again, and then comes all the way down to $835 billion or $855 billion, in that kind of range. That's where we are going to bottom out. Once you see that we are hitting 835 billion, it would not matter to me at what price altcoins are. I would blindly buy. You know, even if it's way below my original buy price where I wanted to buy, I would just buy more there, because I'm pretty sure if we come back down to the $835 billion level here, we get a massive bounce in altcoins. So regardless where the price is of altcoins at that moment, I would just buy as much as I can at these levels. Now, Ethereum has today a small run here to the upside. Everybody knows it. On the daily chart, we look extremely bullish for continuation. Also absolutely fine, but if Bitcoins, when the rev of Bitcoin is coming, this can change really quickly. So here, I'm telling you guys, we were already running here into the top section of that small resistance here of $3,541. We could run a little bit higher, all the way here to the 0.786 to $3,686 or even $3,700. But from there, I expect also that we roll over and that we come back down here to around 3,200, $3,100, $3,200 approximately. So here in that green range, I expect that we're gonna get the bounce back to the upside and continuation. And you will see that Ethereum will have an explosive move, something like this here that we had 5 days ago, will happen again when we are coming back down into this range. Bitcoin starts to go sideways and Ethereum will just go up like this in one single candle. It's going to happen. So this green area here is my pullback area where I will accumulate more Ethereum one last time for my spot positions, pack my bags for that bull run for Ethereum, then I'm done with it, and also add to long-term swing positions on leverage for Ethereum, and open also some short-term positions. Once again, the Ethereum dominance is bouncing. That is basically the whole reason why Ethereum is going up and a lot of altcoins are pumping today. Remember, I told you guys that this was here the bottom candle when it was happening. I told you this is it. Next week you're gonna see the reversal. That's what's happening, and this is the whole reason why some altcoins are pumping right now. I know a lot of you guys feel that you are left behind, and let me explain you right now what's happening in the market, because I know you want to know and you think that you're missing out on everything right now. You are not. So let me explain you how right now the market is behaving. It's just chopping around here between 100,000 and let it be $97,000. So that's what Bitcoin is doing right now. At the same time, altcoins, they went for a long time like this, and now because Bitcoin does this here, they start to do like this. So, but the problem is Bitcoin is at resistance. Bitcoin is at resistance, and at any given moment could do this. So what happens then with your altcoins? They do the same. They turn around and that's it. So why would you try to chase now a couple percent in the altcoin market? Even if it's like 10-15%, it doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. Why would you try to chase 10-15%? We are on the brink of a potential 20 to 30% pullback in altcoins. And you have to remind yourself, when an altcoin pulls back 20-30%, you need double the percentage to go back to the origin, to the point of origin. So I'm going to show you that. So let's go here to Solana. Let's say Solana moves down here 20%. So do you think you need 20% to go back up to the same price? No. Going to show it to you. It's way more. So now look at this. I go back from here to the original price. Oh, now it's 26% that you need to get back to the current price action. So it's already 6% more. So, and that's why I'm telling you, so don't chase right now. Don't chase, because it's way harder to get back up to from where you originally took the trade, even if it's on spot, then just wait. And I know it's painful to wait right now and see everything shooting to the upside unless you're in spot positions and not taking advantage of it with new positions. I know it hurts. I know. So, but if you take positions, and I'm also going to show you that, then do it the smart way. I will show you how you can take positions right now, but you have to do it the smart way, guys. You have to. Otherwise, you will lose too much money. I see people in my channel complaining about, oh, I lost $1,000, I lost $4,000. Where was your risk management, guys? Or did you trade with like $100,000? So that these amounts would make sense. So for that you kind of lose these amounts. So from a risk management perspective, if you have $100,000-$200,000 position, actually money on that trade, if you lose $1,000, $4,000, okay, I understand, that's fine, so you did not really lose a lot. But if you trade with like $10,000, $20,000 and you lose $4,000, that is a different story. That should not happen. $1,000, yeah, okay, I understand. It's not optimal, but I can say you can stomach it if you lose on $20,000, $1,000. But again, I believe that some of your guys are playing with way too much money and don't know how to manage your risk. So and that is a problem. That is a problem. You need to change that, and that's why I want to show you here some stuff. And we start with Solana. And Solana is also slowly pulling back here on the 4-hourly chart. We got a small bounce here from the golden ratio. Remember what I said, guys, for scalping. The golden ratio, if you pull it on the 1-hourly chart, the retracement from top to the last bottom, or that local low here, that's how you measure it. And then you enter here at the 0.382, just a little bit, to see how it goes. And if we hit the golden ratio, there you basically punch whatever you can, So, and you see, if you would have done that, you would have been now nice in profit, and you could right now leave the position and get out of it, or have a stop loss in it, in profit, to make sure if that turns around you, that you don't get liquidated, on that position. So right now, Solana needs to break this downward sloping trend line. Only then we will get continuation into a new all-time high. And right now I have a hard time seeing a new all-time high unless Bitcoin starts to turn around here and makes a move. Then we're most likely going to punch through it and move a little bit higher in Solana. Otherwise, Solana will come back down somewhere between $212 and $225. This is the major level that I'm looking at. So if you're right now in a Solana long position, better set your stop losses, guys. Set your stop losses, really important. Then on Telegram, also here, golden ratio, if I go here to 4-hourly chart, we went a little bit below that. But if you would have had here a limit order, you would be also now slightly up in profit. Here, also here, I believe that we will come lower, because on the 4-hourly chart, we had here higher highs, even with a double top, and now we have a lower high. So if that structure is not changing quickly, then we get another lower high, and you are back at $5.55. So, and here, that big green cluster, this is where I want to accumulate on that move to the downside, potentially even a little bit below $5 if we are getting this. So I'm going to put some stink bits down here, just in case that we are able to get this. On the daily chart, also here you see clearly that we moved into resistance here with these 2 wicks on both daily candles. That's why we are retracing right now. The golden ratio is giving us currently support, but I believe that we are going to lose this. And like I said, we come down into this big order block here on the way down, and then move back to the upside and go past $7 really, really quickly. So, and what you should also not forget is that the downward sloping trend line is lining up with this. You see here, this is in alignment with this. So from here, we're going to bounce, then we go back to the upside. If you want to trade on a decentralized platform, guys, where I have still my Arbitrum trade running, actually, so now it's making money. I think I have a $2. Don't forget, you get $100 just for signing up there. And if you deposit $100, you stand a chance to win $500. So make use of that. Take all the money that you can get for this pullback, so because you can make so much money from this, really, you can make so much money. Take everything what you can get. There's a link in the description below for this. Now, let me show you how I'm playing most of these altcoins and why I'm telling you it's not the right moment to enter altcoins right now, even though you see them pumping to the upside. Take an example on Phantom on the weekly chart. Phantom on the weekly chart is at the key resistance area currently. Only if we break this on a weekly scale, we get continuation to the upside. Currently, it's resistance, and we got rejected from this with the current weekly candle. So what do you need to expect now? That we come lower. So here I expect a move into 84 cents, 78 cents, something like this. That's why, as you know, I have my limit order already at $84 cents. That's why I have it. And here the stochastic RSI also prints a sell signal. The RSI is going sideways. So here is on the weekly chart more downside in Phantom currently. And these are early warning signs, guys. Early warning signs that you just cannot ignore when they are popping up. So sometimes you need to zoom out to see these kind of things. But that's why I'm telling you, you know. So here on the 4-hourly chart, for example, here I get confluence for the levels that I just mentioned from this prior high here, and now all these wicks that have dipped into it, and from there we got a massive bounce back to the upside. So that's why I expect when we come down to move here into 84 cents to 82 cents, potentially just a wick below this here, into the bottom of the EMA ribbon, but we will close the candle within that zone here or even above it. So that's what's going to happen when we come down. That's why I have my orders in that block here. I don't want to miss out when Phantom turns around and moves into this block, that I will get left behind. So here in the short term, when Bitcoin turns around and would go now in the next 24 hours to $100,000, expect that Phantom will turn around and goes here to like $1.04, $1.05, $1.06, but it doesn't matter, because once we start turning around, this is going to happen, then we go back up. So that's why you need to know where to buy, and this is right now my big buy zone on Phantom. So for Polkadot, the same thing. Look what happened here with last week's candle. Push in the weekly resistance here, now pull back with the current weekly candle. If we come back to like $7.80, $7.90, $7, that kind of range. I know it's a big range on a weekly chart. This is where I want to buy. Here on the daily chart, I have the dashed lines are my limit orders. So here you see how I have lined this out, laid it out. $8, $7.25, $6.54. I'm not saying that we go as low as $6.54, but $7 might be in the cards, guys. You know, it would be not a really crazy move on a pullback, you know. So you see here $7. It's a 20% move, you know. So I expect actually a little bit more downside. So we could go a little bit below $7 before we then start turning around here and break this major resistance and keep going higher in direction of $20 for Polkadot. The next one is TIA. TIA is a little bit special, you know, because it's a new coin. So on a weekly chart is not so much to look at, but also here we have that weekly resistance where we are currently, okay, if I go make this line a little bit higher, then we are currently below that weekly resistance. Also here, you see we broke above that, but now we get rejected from there, come back down. So here the next level that I'm looking at is again $7, potentially all the way down to $6.50 to add here to my TIA positions for the long term and open new positions on TIA with limit orders. That's what I'm going to do. So and AVAX also moved here into the golden ratio. We briefly touched it on the daily chart. So if I move it to the daily chart, almost $48. From here we are getting currently rejected. Also here, if I go to a weekly chart, you're going to see it. Key resistance up here at $48. That's where we get rejected. Now we potentially move all the way back down to like $37, which is absolutely fine. If we move below that, even better. But $37, $35 is the level where I want to buy more. And here on the daily, you see already everything starts to turn around. The RSI, I guarantee you tomorrow, is also turning slowly around. And you're going to see that. The next one is Link. Link also almost breaking here major resistance. Let me see on the weekly chart. Yeah, almost, like I said. So here also slowly pulling back, running out of steam in my opinion, pretty soon. You know, so here at $19.20, that's where the resistance is sitting on the daily chart. And we had here a massive run, so we need to come down a little bit. You know, so in here I'm targeting anything between $16 and $15.30. That's where I want to buy more Link, open new Link positions and write this to the upside. Also here on the weekly chart, you get confluence for this. When you look here at my two dashed lines, they're at $15.34 and all the way down to $14.65. While I'm not really sure if we get $14 something, but $15.35 has a lot of confluence across multiple time frames to be retested as support before we then break here $19.21 and continue to move here into higher levels. Then the next one, Arbitrum. Arbitrum, like I said, when Ethereum moves, Arbitrum moves. Here also currently at a big resistance at almost 91 cents. Yeah, it is 91 cents. From there we got rejected, and that was the level where I was taking profit on my position. Here on the 4-hourly chart, I don't like how the stochastic is looking. That can easily turn around. The arrows are already turning around. The buy signal on the MACD is pretty weak. So here I expect also further rejection unless we turn around for that $100,000 move, and then we will turn around also most likely from close to the $1 level at some point, you know. So and then the level where I want to buy more Arbitrum is here, the golden ratio, 81 and 79 cents. That's where I want to load up massively on Arbitrum. And I will have some stink bits just in case that we go that low. Not saying we do, but if we get there, it will be amazing. 71 cents. I will also have some orders all the way down there. The next one is Optimism. I want to talk about quickly. Here we are also at massive resistance at $2.37 that we hit today. We're going to a weekly chart. You see, it is also a golden ratio. So no surprise here that we are coming down from here. Here, my reaccumulation level will be all the way down at $1.88. In the past, this was always a big level from where we moved back to the upside. So, and I think that is also a level that we will come currently back down to when we start to break down. So everything around $1.80, $1.88, that's where I want to buy a lot of Optimism, and then continue the ride to the upside, because here also on the weekly level you see this is a key area. Here we broke support, here we broke the resistance. Now we retested this former resistance as support. It is logical to come one more time down to retest this and then get a nice move back to the upside. The last one, quick, render. So for render, I had to go to the old render chart. I went to Bitstamp to get the old render chart. Also here you see that trading range. We hit the upper range resistance. From there we get rejected currently. Once we break $8.67, render will start moving to the upside really quickly here to $11.63 and $10.74. That is the range that we first gonna hit then. And from there, once we break this, we get continuation into a new all-time high. So of course on the new render ticker, we don't have the history, but you see here, we also went exactly into this resistance that has built up here and got rejected from there. Now into lower levels, most likely once again. Here the levels that I'm looking at for render is either $7, $6.85, or all the way back down into the golden ratio here at $6.38 and $6.27. So it's really important, guys, that you have a plan how you want to trade this and that you are not feeling FOMO, you know, so when the market is moving without you and you feel like, oh no, oh shit, I listen only to Alex, the market is moving, I'm missing out. This is the wrong approach, guys. You know, trust somebody that was many times around the block. And I'm telling you, these moves right now in the market, they're designed to trap you and to take your money, because this is the last gasp of the market pushing to the upside before we get the big reversal. If the market pushes another 3-4 days to the upside and you're sidelined, it doesn't matter. Better protect your capital than putting it at major risk right now. So this is the lesson for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in here once again. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you with more money tomorrow.